I just left the urology clinic and they told me that I have a tumor in my bladder that the doctor suspects is cancerous, but he won't know for sure. He scheduled a surgery for me in 2 weeks to have it removed, and I guess I'll know for sure then. But he said his guess is that it's a slow-moving cancer. He didn't really tell me anything else. He tells me that they're pretty sure that they can get it out, and then hopefully it won't come back, but there's like a 50% chance of it coming back. He can decrease that to 30% with medication. Anyway, so I may or may not have cancer, which is it's like the biggest fear of my life, because so many people in my life have had cancer and so many people that I love have died from it. So man, it was like the one thing that I was most afraid of in life, and here it is. What a trip. So now, obviously, I have to call the people that mean something to me and let them know, but they're going to want to know more than I know. So I'm pretty terrified of calling each of them, because it's just going to be this recurring experience of dropping a bomb on someone that I can't fully explain yet, because I don't know. That's almost scarier than having cancer. So I don't know any more than that right now. I have a picture of my tumor. I don't know why they decided to give me a picture. I don't know what I'm looking at. But there it is. That's a picture of my bladder tumor. It looks horrifying, and it looks like some giant Lovecraftian monster on this picture. I don't actually know what size it is, relative to anything else. So I really don't know why they gave me a picture. I think it's important to get on tape kind of the lead up to what happened. Months ago, I don't remember how many months ago, maybe 6 months ago, I urinated blood quite a bit. So I went to the doctor and they checked me out, and they said, I also at the time had a staph infection, and they thought maybe the two were related. They thought my staph infection had weakened my immune system to the point where I'd gotten a bad bladder infection. So they gave me antibiotics. Again, it never happened again. It cleared up, and I went about my life. Until very recently, I urinated blood again, and I was completely healthy otherwise. There was no infection that I knew of. So I went back in again, and I said, look, this keeps happening. I want you to put a camera up my urethra and tell me what's going on in there. Again, they took blood, they did a urinalysis. They said, your kidney function's fine, your blood looks fine, your urine is fine, there's no sign of infection. We don't know what this is, but if you really want us to put a camera in there, we will. So that's what I went and had done today, and sure enough, there's a tumor. It's Friday now. They found the tumor on Wednesday. I'm going back for a CT scan now. So they're going to do a CT scan of my entire abdomen and pelvic area to make sure that the tumor hasn't spread anywhere else. Appropriately, it is storming. That's really good and fucking ominous. It pretty accurately represents what's going on inside my head right now as well. The CT scan is complete. It was extremely weird and uncomfortable. Yeah, I think the most uncomfortable part of it was having to hold a full bladder for like a full hour and a half and being freezing cold the entire time. Relatively, it wasn't that bad. I wouldn't want to do it all the time. So really good news. My older brother Jake works at St. Francis Hospital. And he talked to my doctor today, and my CT scan results came back clean. The mass has not spread from my bladder, and there are no other masses present. My kidneys look great. So all I'm dealing with is the tumor in my bladder. That's it. It's super early in the morning again. Not really. I mean, it's like 8:30. I'm feeling legitimately optimistic after yesterday's news that the tumor hasn't spread beyond my bladder and it didn't come from anywhere else. There's no other traces of tumors anywhere else in my body, at least between like my nipples and my knees, which is what they scanned. I'm feeling like I'm pretty good. So that's optimistic. Now we just need to figure out if it's cancer or not once they get it out. But either way, whether it's cancer or not, there's only the one tumor. It's not spreading anywhere else. It's not invading into any other organs or tissues. So I am legitimately optimistic. My fear has more or less subsided. I'm still nervous, obviously. I'm still scared. I'm still a little bit scared, but I feel so much better. And I believe that I'm gonna be okay. I mean, I said it for other people's benefit, but I had some negativity going on upstairs, but now I legitimately believe I'm gonna be okay. So that's a huge feeling. It's 4:45 in the morning on Monday morning, August 31st. I'm waiting on my mom to come pick me up, take me to the hospital for my surgery. As far as I know, the surgery is gonna be pretty quick and simple. I'll be completely out, but they're gonna go in my bladder, remove the tumor with some kind of an electrode, and then they're going to pump my bladder full of something called mitomycin C, which is like a preemptive chemotherapy. I think that's my mom pulling up right now. Hey Mom, thanks for driving me to surgery.
Love you. It's all gonna be okay.
Hey Dad.
Hey.
This is my brother Jake, the PA, in his professional uniform. So far so good. I'm coming off the anesthesia, so I'm extremely tired and peeing blood now. I don't know what I'm talking about. Surgery's over. I'm back home. It is Monday afternoon, about 5 o'clock. So what they told me was that the tumor ended up being about the size of a ping pong ball, and they had to dilate my urethra. I think they took it out in pieces, but they still had to dilate my urethra. That's the worst part, trust me. It's the worst. Peeing right now is hell, but I have to do it. The doctor still suspects that the tumor is cancerous, but we won't know for sure until, well, I won't know for sure until Friday. I assume he'll get the results back before I do. I'll find out on Friday. Right now I'm just trying to mitigate the nausea and the pain, so I'm spending a lot of time laying down and occasionally getting up to cringe and pee, and those two things are totally a unit right now. Hey, it's another early morning doctor's appointment. My older brother actually called me yesterday, early in the morning, woke me up and cheated me the results of my test. So what I know now is that my tumor was cancerous, but he said it was a very low-grade, non-aggressive type of cancer, which is good, and that they didn't find any cancer cells outside my bladder or outside the tumor. They didn't even find any other cancer cells in the tissue of my bladder. So hopefully it was all contained to the tumor and the surgery got rid of it. I'm on my way to the doctor's office right now, and I assume he's going to tell me the same thing, but he's also going to give me a game plan moving forward. Hopefully I won't have to do chemo. Hopefully he'll just say he wants me to come back and get monitored once every 6 months to a year or something for a while. That would be ideal. That's it. The doctor said that I'm done. I don't need any further treatment, no chemo. He's pretty sure they got everything. They didn't find any cancer cells outside the tumor, which is pretty much exactly what I knew. And I'm done. I mean, that was it. I come back in 3 months for another bladder scope to make sure that it's not growing back or coming back. After that, I'll come back in 6 months, then a year, then once a year for a while. And then the longer that I'm cancer-free, I guess they keep pushing those monitoring dates out. But for now, I'm done.